Hello everyone and welcome to this instructional video that covers how to fill out the consumer notice of LET-TAP monitoring results specifically for non-transient non-community water systems known as NTNCs. If you're looking for information on how to fill out this form for a community water system, you want to close out of this video and look for the video that's titled How to Fill Out a Consumer Notice of LET-TAP Monitoring Results and Certification for Community Water Systems. Before beginning to fill out the notice, make sure you have all the necessary information. You will need a list of all of the water systems tap sampling locations and lead results, as well as the 90th percentile calculation. If you're unfamiliar with how to calculate the 90th percentile, you can visit the state's Lead and Copper website where you'll find the 90th percentile worksheet with instructions. Once you have all the necessary information, you can start to fill out the notice. When you open the template, you'll see that the template consists of 3 pages. The first page is an instructions page for the person filling out the notice, while page 2 and page 3 are the actual notice. Now let's go through the notice page by page. We'll skip page 1 since it's the instruction page and go straight to page 2 of the template, which is the first page of the notice. You'll start by listing out the water system name and WSID. Then you will fill out the results table by listing out the date of sample collection, the tap sampling location, and the LET results in parts per billion. The results in the lab report are most likely in milligrams per liter. To convert from milligrams per liter to parts per billion, simply move the decimal point 3 places to the right. So for this water system, let's say the first sample was collected October 7th, 2023 at the kitchen sink left, and the LET result was 4 parts per billion. Like shown in this example, you can continue to list out the tap sampling locations and results going down the table. If you have more than 10 results, feel free to list out the results in a separate table, which should be posted with the notice. Next, you'll list out the 90th percentile. Let's say for the purpose of this example, the 90th percentile was 6 parts per billion. Then you'll want to check the box for the correct statement regarding your 90th percentile. In this case, 6 parts per billion is less than or equal to 15, which is not an action level exceedance. Keep scrolling to page 2. There is an additional information box that you can use to list out any additional information you want to provide. Please include the water system's phone number, as well as any other water system contact information. Don't forget to list out the date the notice was distributed. Once the notice has been sent out to customers, a certification form must be filled out and submitted to the division. The certification form can be found in the ANR Online portal following the link shown on the screen. Once you have signed in, you can search for the form under the form search using the search bar. The form is titled Consumer Notice of LET-TAP Monitoring Results Certification. Once you have reached the form, please review the instructions. The form must be filled out by the water system operator or administrative contact. You will need to include an example copy of a 30-day notice that was distributed and a 3-day notice if applicable. The certification form is due 3 months after the end of the tap sampling period. You can begin the form by entering the WSID number. For this example, we'll use 20567 and hit Begin Form Entry. The first page contains the water system information which will pre-fill based on the water system ID you entered in the instructions page. The page will list out the water system name, the WSID, the water system type, the population served, and whether the water system is primarily a school or a daycare center. It is important that if any of the information above does not match your records, please reach out to the Lead and Copper Rule Manager using the information or verify that you've typed the right WSID in the instructions page. You can continue to scroll and enter your full name and your affiliation with the water system. Then you're ready to keep scrolling and hit Next section. In the Delivery Methods section, you'll have to select one or more delivery methods used to distribute the consumer notice. For each delivery method selected, you'll have to list the date. For the purpose of this example, let's say the notice was posted in a conspicuous location. Making sure that a conspicuous location is a location where all consumers can easily access the notice. And the notice was posted on, let's say, last Friday. If you're a school or daycare provider, the form will automatically ask you to list the date the notice was made available to parents and guardians. Now you're ready to scroll down and hit Next section for locations. For NTNC systems, use the table provided to describe the locations where the notice was posted. Make sure to include as much detail as possible. If you have a list of numerous locations, use the Download button to download the table into an Excel file which can be easily filled out and re-uploaded using the Upload button. If the water system is primarily a school or daycare, make sure to explain how parents and guardians were notified. For this example, let's say the notice was posted by front door, and we'll add an extra row to also explain that the notice was posted in the staff lounge. After you've listed all of your locations, you can scroll down and hit Next section. In the next page, you'll have to attach an example 30-day notice and an example 3-day notice if any were distributed. In this case, we will drag and drop our example notice. You may also hit Choose File, which would allow you to search your computer to upload the file. Now we're ready to hit Next section, which will take us to the Review section. This is a review process where you'll get a chance to review the form to confirm it is populated completely and accurately prior to the certification and submission. The last part of the form is a signature page. Before you can digitally sign this form, your account must be authorized by VT ANR to provide electronic signatures. If you already have that capability, you can go ahead to sign and submit. If you don't, you can click on this link, Add Electronic Signature Capability, which will take you to the submitter agreement. For the purpose of this example, and because I am an internal user, I can skip the signature portion. The certified statement pops up and I can submit the form. Once you successfully submit the form, you will receive an email confirming the submission and a follow-up email explaining the form is in the In Review status, which means the Lead and Copper Rule Manager is reviewing the submission. Once the submission has been accepted, the status of the form will be internally updated to deemed complete, at which point the submitter will receive an email to alert the submission has been accepted and no further action is necessary. And that is the end of the instructional video. If you have any questions or concerns about the consumer notice of lead tab monitoring results, please reach out to the Compliance Division. Thank you.